All right, good morning. No, it's been a few days since we've done one of these pre market lives. Good morning. It's been a few days since we've done one of these pre market lives, but of course, the market is rocking and rolling. We're off to a new week. Last week ending on 328, of course, one of the worst that we've seen in a long time, but off to a better start this week, even though this is one of the, um, what would you even call it? Highly anticipated. I don't think anybody's really anticipating what could be expected come April 2nd or Liberation Day, but we're going to be in for a ride, hopefully, one way or the other. So there's a few different things I've been looking at, just different sectors from energy to oil to drilling. I haven't paid too much attention to a lot of tech because we know that stuff is going to be there, even though you don't want to miss out on moves like that. But there's been a lot going on. So on this live, probably be able to hang around for a good hour and just go through some things. You guys will basically um, get a chance to see me, look at some live setups again, um, taking things that make sense, maybe preparing to take things that make sense. What was I going to tell you? Let me see. I wonder um, if. Let me try something real quick. I set this up again without being able to see the chat, which is not a good thing. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can get the chat going for this thing. That'll make it all better. Then we'll jump into it to what we see. Oh, that's what it is. It's content live. There we go. Content live. And then it's this button. But it's still not showing the likes. It's not showing the likes. I'm sorry, it's not showing the comments. Maybe I have to turn the comments on. I don't know. Playlist. This is live. I'm just had can't go this long without doing a live because then you forget how to do one. You forget how to set it up. No, it's not made for kids. I didn't even set up all the other different filters for it. That's what happened. So I'm just trying to get wasting precious time too. Wasting precious time too. Okay, now it has a chat. All right. Now I can see if somebody comes into the building. All right. At least now I know I can't just hit replay play. But anyway, where we are now, Occidental Petroleum. So I was looking at this company, this stock here because there could be some good news coming on from them. There is some positive news regarding starting to drill in April, and this company could be one of them. So that's why I'm looking at them, but be looking for a particular type of setup. So basically, riding off of this double bottom here and looking for some type of correction that's going to put us back into, sorry, maybe around this $47 range. That'd be a good area for entry. Basically, be using the 2618 technique, the double bottom followed by break and close beyond previous structure followed by 618 retracement. Otherwise, I might not be able to get involved in this one. But what did we miss on the way to it? Of course, what did we miss on the way to it? We missed, how much is that? 57. Yeah, on the way to it, we missed a beautiful bat pattern. That would have been a killer bat pattern entry at $45. But we have to wait now. So Hess is another energy company, oil and drilling, Hess Corporation. It's pretty expensive at $159, but this one is actually pretty good. This one has a very good sign. So guys, remember this all comes down to having a trained enough reticular to identify what's in front of you and what's in front of us. What makes sense on this is this. I don't know why that won't show me that line. Okay. This bullish engulfing candle here. I'm probably going to have to reload that chart. This bullish engulfing candle here. So nothing is working. Okay, cool. This bullish engulfing candle is basically the signal to go. I probably can't even run the retracement either. I hate when this does this. It just did like it froze up or something. Let me see if I can reload the HES chart because now I have to look at that. I'll reload the HES chart. Even though that's going to be out of a lot of traders' price range unless you're going to look at an option for it though. But because that was pretty interesting. I'm glad I found that. So here we go. HES. So the stuff did pop up just later. So I was talking about that bullish engulfing candle right there. I was talking about this guy here and how that would be basically signaling your entry. And then the other part is the correction that you would need is pretty decent. So you got a bullish engulfing candle, or some people like to call it an elephant bar because it's going to be like the biggest one that can be seen on a chart. And it's kind of like a signal that you're going to be able to get long. So there's something else in here too that would have helped. And that's driven by a head and shoulders pattern. That too, but not worry about that. Use the head and shoulders pattern to get there too. And then infused with a lot of buying power from this, like I said, this bullish engulfing candle, elephant bar. And then the the retracement from the, sometimes I'll just like to start from the candle, but I'll go from the swing low to the swing high and see what it is. Probably 50%, in between 50 and 618. The correction. So basically, the correction determines the extension. So the correction is in between 38 and 50%. It's usually what you can expect. At least 38%. At least 38%. There's a lot of stuff to go through. And this one is actually even better because this one actually wanted to come down as far as 618. It didn't. Very close to being a 618 retracement. So for Hess, can expect at minimum to correct up. This should be today too. It should be today. Correct up 161. So it should gain a couple of dollars. Maybe even break and close up out of that too. It's possible to break and close up out of this zone. But again, this nobody really knows what today is going to bring because a lot of people probably just holding. There's probably not going to be a lot of trading today. A lot of people are not going to be opening a lot of positions. Not going to be closing a lot of positions. Actually, yeah, I expect people to be closing positions, if anything. people want to get out of the way of stuff that they people going to want to preserve and lock in some of their gains if there's any left after what we've been through over the last 3 weeks to a month. So I could see people closing out some positions. Just say, I just don't want to. They're just not going to want to risk certain things. So it's another one I'm looking at. Thing. They're also a Diamondback Energy in the energy sector, drilling and oil. They're down 8 cents right now in the pre-market. So remember, you guys aren't going to get any fluff on this channel. It's not going to be like a whole lot of fancy stuff on this channel. We're just going to jump in and look at what we're dealing with and get to the bottom. And then sometimes we'll talk about like what we might have liked to be involved in. Stuff will stick out, and I'll be a little upset. Like when this structure was forming here. I don't like us missing out on stuff like this, but we could only be in one place at one time. We can't take every trade either, else we'd all be like super, super rich. But missing out on that that put or short on Fang. But anyway, comes out, recovers beyond it, and then it's just kind of like really hard to say. It's really hard to say. Not, there's nothing here that I could say for sure. Like this is our signal for Diamondback. Now, another one, ConocoPhillips. Not priced too badly at 104.40, but they are. So this is for the week. This is what was happening for the week. This big bullish cipher. And again, I think that'll work out in my favor because if I can get this cheaper, then yes, of course, I'm late to the party, right? I would have wanted to buy ConocoPhillips at $91, not, 105. It's $14 different. But price is down pre-market, right? Let me come in a little bit closer. I'm on a week. It's a big trade on the macro. I thought price was down on pre-market a little bit. It's only down $1. So I'll come a little bit closer. 4 hour maybe. Because this is ConocoPhillips is one that I'm definitely considering opening a position on. Because I have the cipher pattern behind me. I'm basically writing in the cipher. I'm in way late. I should have been in early March instead of early April. Happy April Fool's Day, by the way. Didn't even think about that. But okay, I'm actually in better position than I thought. Why? Because we got a bullish engulfing candle. So the volume will definitely be there. Let me go. Volume. Even though we have a red here, take a look at this later on. Even though we're in the middle of a, we're in the middle of a bearish candle. Doesn't matter. The volume is still pointing to green candles. And remember the last video we did was about introducing the VWAP into some of our strategies. And so I just clicked on VWAP. I'll jump down into the 1 hour chart because chances are I'm going to try to get in ConocoPhillips today. And I'm not seeing what I want to see. I want to see VWAP under the price action. So don't have that yet. Kind of, sort of. So what is it, 542? So by the time that I get going at 6:30, I'm not going to execute it pre-market. But by the time I get going, we'll say something like, hopefully that this structure here will hold. Hopefully, maybe. And that's at 104. So anything in that area, I'm good. And another thing we're seeing, so see how stuff is just popping out for us? Another thing that's okay for us is just consolidation right here. See how we're just building and building and building? We started out here. Check this out, people. So you can really see what it's like to analyze the market correctly, okay? We started off way out here on the weekly, knowing that we're in a pattern that bats 75% on its wins, right? This is what's happening. And I'll come all the way back into the decision we're making. We saw our cipher pattern. We see our cipher pattern filled to the T. Okay, these are all things that's taking place. We know that at minimum, that this is probably our target up here. Why is that our target? Because when we retrace from C to D, it's even better than that on a cipher pattern. You can look for three targets. You can look for three targets on cipher. Target 1, 382 retracement. Target 2, 618 retracement. And target 3, 786 retracement, which will put us up in this area up here. So we know where we're going. We just wish we would have got in at the right place. We're going to be in here for several weeks. But as we started to come in closer, we dropped down into the day. I'm going in reverse now since I wanted to go show you the targets. Drop down into the day and drop down into the 4 hours because we know it's a good trade. We were just late. So remember when we got into a 4 hour, this is what happened. So I had to kind of put that on replay for you. When I came into the 4 hour, I noticed that we had a very, very powerful candle that's going to show this, that we actually still have that bullish momentum to keep going, right? And that was this bullish engulfing candle here. This elephant candle told us, oh, you know what? You need to go look a little closer. So I went a little bit closer. I went to the 1 hour, okay? And then I brought on the VWAP, and the VWAP said you need to come a little bit closer because the VWAP could be under this price action here. And also, I noticed that this was a flag pattern, right? See the pole and the flag? I noticed that this was a flag pattern consolidation. I know that this was comprised of a bullish engulfing candle, and I'm completely expecting a breakout. Okay, so that's what's building. That's how I got. You probably didn't see me working through all that stuff. Then I came in a little bit closer to see, okay, yeah, and there's some structure in there. Going back to yesterday when we were reached here, the market kind of settled into that zone. It settled into that zone. There's some structure. There's some consolidation. Consolidation is okay. Trend is not always your friend, especially if you're going against it and you're getting your butt kicked. But now we get to see the flag and the consolidation in here, just expecting the structure to hold, and this knowing that there are good and positive fundamentals behind in the oil sector and in the energy sector. ConocoPhillips is a big player there. And then checking the price point and knowing that the price point at 105 is not too bad. We'd love to get into an energy stock a lot cheaper, but you guys don't see what I'm actually doing. As I'm not just moving around for any reason. I'm moving around to look and add more indicators to our combined technical score as I'm talking to you guys. So as I'm talking to you guys, I'm over here and I'm looking at, of course, I'm trying to see what kind of advanced patterns are near us. And I would need to get a little bit lower for a bat pattern. But it's okay. I'm not going to be that concerned. You guys can see that? This is 52% B. You guys didn't see me going for that, drawing that up. When you come into the like button, show the channel some love, tell the algorithm to kick this out. Some of the dopest technical analysis, in my opinion, that can be put on display is actually taking place. But looking in this, remember a few minutes ago, I was saying that consolidation is good. Consolidation is good. And yes, consolidation when the market is moving sideways, it creates advanced patterns or harmonic patterns. So those are good. So X to A to B, 50. I'll make this a little bit bigger. We're just kind of hanging out. People. But you should still be learning. I'm right now. How much stuff have we taught just on this here? We taught on this one trade here. There was cipher pattern training, and there's bat pattern training, and there's VWAP training, and we're talking about structure and consolidation. There isn't a channel like this out there. There isn't, people. We talked about volume. This is just in one example. So we got bat here, X to A to B, B at 52%, making B valid. C is valid, even though it's kind of steep. It was 75% C, and then 886 D let completion. Um, and it's in that area. So anything in this area is going to be okay. I would love to just say, hey, when we get down to 104.35, if we do, I'm going. But it's okay. Anything in this area for me is gonna be okay. To be honest with you, anything in this area, I might just take the trade because I've been wanting to get in ConocoPhillips anyway. Um, but I don't know if you can see it from your screens, but this little flat little disc looking thing. That's actually the candle. It just has no. It just doesn't really have anything in it. The volume. The last of the volume was, you can't even see it, but this bearish volume was not even printed for some reason. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is typically I would wait for the correct entry on an advanced pattern like this. Typically I would wait, but I'm pretty confident that I'm going to take a position on ConocoPhillips anyway, regardless. So the bat pattern does, I wanted to just show that it's there because we were talking about what was happening, why it was consolidating. That's why I was doing that. Not because I needed the precise entry from the bat pattern before I would enter. This one is not one where I'm not going unless I get 104.30. That's not it. I'm gonna probably take this trade, period. What else can we talk about before we move on? Because remember, I'm always gonna take the time to help you guys train your reticular because I want your eyes to be like mine's at the end of the day. That's what it comes down to. If you aspire to be a pattern trader, I want you to be able to I want you to see that cipher the next time, the big one we just drew, so that when D fills there, you can take that put right there if you like trading options, okay? That's why you're here with me, because this is what I want from you. I want you, when this cipher fills the next time, I want you to see it and I want you to crush it. Okay. We can't catch them all. We can only be in so many places at one time. But that's what I want from you. Okay, cool. Now look how amazing this guy is. All right. So this is EOG Resources. This is in the energy sector. As you guys can kind of see, the energy sector is kind of popping a little bit. It's just been going crazy. Look how harmonic. Take the time and ask yourself. Take the time and ask yourself, okay? I tell you guys, I promise you'll never see anything like you see over here. And the reason is because somebody's been lying to you all this time. This is how the market moves. It continues to create harmonic patterns over and over and over. You need to know how to identify them. And if you can learn to identify them, the world of trading will be a lot better to you and for you. But so EOG, I mean, I was shocked when I looked at this and I started saying, holy heck, like, this is crazy. All the way through pretty much. It's nonstop. As you guys can see, this thing is, you can't tell me that's like not insane. When have you ever seen something like that? As a matter of fact, I need to take a picture of this and make it like a screenshot or something like that and use it for like, I'm gonna take a screenshot of that because that I mean, I could always come back to it at another time, but actually, you know what? Yeah, this was just absolutely insane, dude. So I'll take that one just so I can have it. All right, that was for me, guys. You can take a screenshot of it too. I'm pretty sure you'll never see anything like this again. But then TradingView also has this take a picture. I could just download a copy of it too. All right, cool. So it was just harmonic as heck, and all of them winners. Sorry, I got a little excited right there because I forgot to look left. A structure leaves clues, so I could go see the work that I had did before. And then where we are now, they're going to be big players. Again, unfortunately, us not being able to be in a million places at once, we miss out on this Gartley pattern. A little bit of pressure would have made some traders nervous, but still does what Gartley does. Does what Garley does in beautiful fashion. Think he might be at target too. That might be 618 retracement of A to D. Yep, 618 on the dot. Craziness, madness. How did I do that? How accurate can we be? Um, 618 on the dot, and of course after that, you hit target too, so you're gonna get some exhaustion. But hopefully some new structure created, and there is right here at the 618. If you just look left, it's actually at the B leg. It's at the B leg of the Garley. It's also, no, I'm not gonna get into any what's that uh head and shoulders action. Not gonna talk about that. Uh Late to the party on that one. It's not a clean entry for us. Have to wait and see. Or we could just take a structure based approach. Um, we could just look and say, what did that trend look like that it formed? We come up, we come down, we come up. We don't get the new structure. We do. We get new structure high. We get higher close. Outside return, and we know that we're going to keep going. So, still would need like a cleaner entry than this. Um, Exxon Mobil, this one right here, this is going to be the one. It's $118. Elephant candle, retracement, probably 50% on the retracement. Maybe, okay, so Exxon Mobil, they're going to make me go out and come back in. XOM. And if there's anything, again, if there's any stock you want me to look at, just always drop it in the chat. ExxonMobil, XOM, and we'll break it down for you in true harmonic trading club fashion. All right, cool. So, what time is it? 5:53. So this is perfect. This is perfect. You had a flag here. You got a flag here, right? Forming up, right? You got a basically kind of like another flag here, and it's cool. That's really cool. It's a good sign, and it's going to be infused by this elephant candle here. The same way you saw the one from yesterday. This was yesterday's. So you got back-to-back flags. Look at that. I'm gonna leave it there. But see the flag you had yesterday. Then he explodes and creates another pole for you. Then he just corrects a little bit. And of course, the correction, like I said, the correction is probably, that looks like a 38% correction, maybe even 50%. So of course, right in between both, the correction is in between the 38 and the 50. Is 38 and 50 right in between, and that's fine for something like this. So I'm gonna be looking for ExxonMobil to pretty much explode out of there. Now, how high? How many dollars did this move yesterday? From 117 to one as high as 119, so at least a $2 move. So if we're at 118, suggesting somewhere around 120 today, maybe even if we clone this, maybe even higher if we can get an equal measure move, or if we can just run the extension. Good morning. If you're just coming in, say hello, drop a like, let people know. A lot of people late to the party right now, but I can promise you've never saw anything like what I've done this morning in the last 15 minutes. I can promise you just haven't. I was so shocked at some of the stuff that we were seeing. This is ExxonMobil, by the way. This is the projection for ExxonMobil. What I'm doing is I'm using its, if you're just coming in, I'm using its signal that it gave off in this bullish engulfing candle in this pre-market. This bullish engulfing candle, a slight little pullback in between 38% and 50%. Didn't know I didn't put the 50 on there. All this other junk is on here. But in between 38 and 50%, actually 50% on the dot. And projection today for ExxonMobil over about $121 a share. If it can hold on and make it through tariff time. A lot of this stuff, it's just so much uncertainty. None of this stuff makes any sense. Things that would normally be a lock. I'm gonna move on to the next guy. This is also in there. Halliburton. They're gonna be getting some contracts for oil and drilling. But they had a bad pattern that faked us out and started reacting. I'm way out on the weekly at $25 right up to $30. But then I don't know. That's when all the madness started happening. So now the bat pattern is in jeopardy, as you see. The bat pattern is in jeopardy. I want to take the shot. It's priced so beautifully at $25, but he's really pushing it though. So um, I would hate to suggest price action falling all the way down to 12.95 where the big Garley is. That'd be insane. I mean, it'd be great for money if the little blue one got smoked and didn't live and we lost a bunch of money on it. And then the big one filled. Will we get the money back? Yeah. How do we know? Let's go look at the one that happened the first time. Let's look at the butterfly before it. Over here, look at the big one. Look at what happened before. When we play that butterfly, you're gonna get paid big time. Okay. But yeah, I don't want to do that. I'd rather us just live and just do great right here where we are. But I don't have the confidence in it, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna come in a little bit closer and see, because I really would love to get in this at $25 for Halliburton. That's amazing. Go look at this company. Matter of fact, I'll do it for you guys. I'll do it right here for you to show you why I'm even interested in this at all. Check this out. Forecaster. Show you something real quick while I'm looking at this. HAL Halliburton. Come on. Okay. Not doing so bad in the pre-market. I'm on the 4 hour. Still need to come in a little bit closer. I need to come in a little bit closer, see where we are. Okay. That's not so bad. He's trying to fight his way back in there. I just don't like the fact that it dropped in there anyway. Look at this madness. Look at this trash. But anyway, what I wanted to do something for you guys. That's wrong. I want this. So here's looking up Halliburton inside a forecaster. If you guys have never seen this, probably want to go get a subscription to Forecaster. But I'm gonna jump right into the political and see what's been happening. So Rob Bresnaha, he bought some on February 24th. It was a small position. Everybody else, a lot of the other people have been selling theirs for some reason. I don't know. But then the agent, what's happening on the agent says, summary, the stock has experienced fluctuation, notable rise to 25.37 on March 31st, yesterday, after declines in the previous days. What's this? Positive news highlights, balanced growth amid challenges. An article dated March 30th discusses Halliburton's adaptive business model focusing on free cash flow growth and technological development. Analysts suggest a buy rating with a target of 30 per share, highlighting 70% growth potential. Okay. Market resilience. A report from March 26 noted that Halliburton stock managed a slight increase despite overall market declines. So they were going up as the market was going down. I didn't see that. And then they got an earnings call on April 22nd in 22 days. So that's all I need to know. We're at 25. They're suggesting price action up to $30. Right around here, which is where it came before. Remember, that was the reaction from the first time. So I would say that they're wrong on that. Okay, and I'll show you why I think they're wrong. Where's the studio? I think I lost the studio, guys. I screwed up. Okay, cool. Okay, so they're suggesting that price action is only coming back up here to 30. I disagree with them. And I am gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and take that. That's good enough for me. Let me finish. I'm all over the place. Sorry, people. But it's because that same analysis that I was just reading about in Forecaster, it's talking about this little trend that had formed here. So he couldn't get a high. He couldn't. This is important because you got your starting point, your initial high, your outside return, and then as it's trying to go get its new structure high to break and close above this area, it has to break and close. He came and just retested it, right? You see the price action retest up there at that price at 25. Okay. And then, because we're just walking through it, and price gets rejected. Okay. That's okay because there was structure there, right? There was structure there. And then you get the higher high, higher close, and then you get the outside return, right? And the structure there. And now you're seeing him try to go get the new high here. Okay, so this is what's happening. This is actually what's happening on the way to that 30 that they say. So this is okay with me. Now, of course, we got the whole tariff madness. Now, remember, I have a higher outlook than 30, right? I have a higher outlook than 30. I wonder how many stocks have we covered in this little session. I know they're not the stocks that you guys are used to seeing people talk about the same stocks over and over, Tesla and Apple and blah, blah, blah. I didn't want to do that for this video. I just didn't. Figure if if the focus is more on education and talking about what you can expect and what those things will look like, I would rather look at some other things. So remember, I think that 30 is low for this thing, especially given the type of money they could make this year. Okay, I'm just cleaning them up, making sure that it's accurate so that when I start doing measurements, they're accurate. That's all you see me doing here, just going to each point. And I don't know why I moved that out the way. What the heck did I just do? Oh, okay. I screwed the bat all the way up. Maybe I should just take the big one off for right now so I can see. And let me come back out. I don't want to screw up doing too much. I need this to be accurate so that the measurements all line up and make sense. I don't know how I screwed that thing up so bad. Cool. Now that I put that, I don't know how I screwed that up so bad, but I'm gonna get rid of all the noise and stuff that I had on the smaller time frame. All right, really? Come on, dude. Okay, cool. Because all I really wanted to do is I was talking about. I really want to talk about that $30 target, even though I'm just screwing everything up. And I don't agree with that. Bat pattern can be very, very powerful. $36 would be my sentiment. You know, somewhere getting up here where the structure is around here, in that area at least. So let's see what happens. Schulenberger, too much going on with Schulenberger for me to discuss in this video, so I'm not gonna do that to you guys. I'm not gonna do that to you guys. You see, there's a whole lot going on, and what I had already had to go do. Who was that guy that was harmonic crazy? It was ConocoPhillips, right? Wasn't it? No, who was it? It was EOG with the super harmonics everywhere. It was EOG that had nothing but harmonics galore. Schellenberger is kind of like the same thing. Just in this basket here with this big cipher. I don't think that's going to happen, though. $23. Who knows? You don't know. And then another bat here that we could be waiting for. And then a couple of small things. This is a basket of 4 right here. So But I'm not going to concern myself with it too much because I'm too far away from a pattern being completed for entry, a bullish pattern. Obviously, I have a very bullish bias on, especially things in the energy sector and oil sector. So I'll wait this out. This, you can see this bear when fit and started winning here. I don't really care. I don't really care. I'm not interested in shorting anything. I don't care. I'm just not. Um, okay. All right. Destiny. This is a company that's going to be involved in minerals, and you can see it got $1 in the pre-market. Okay, so this is important, people. I'd say this is important. I looked at this last night, and that's why I kept it up. In the yeah, Destiny is going to be really, really big. Could be, and obviously the fundamentals are at play. It's doing very well in the pre-market. I think it closed yesterday in the 34s, 35s, and it's at 36.55. Technically, what you're seeing, you probably were like, okay, well, what was that? I didn't want to get too far into it, but technically, what was available was a head and shoulders pattern. Let me clean up some of the other stuff that I really don't need because we know what we need to focus on. So it's a head and shoulders pattern: left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and yeah, and it's definitely getting the reaction. It's definitely getting reaction. Not good for him to kind of suck down unnecessarily like that, but getting it back. So definitely see a pretty strong move. Not today. We're on 4 hour chart. The next few days or whatever. 46. Don't have an advanced pattern to get in to use to get involved, but this head and shoulders would have definitely been him. That would have been him. I can say that pretty clearly. So, where we at now with it? Where we at now? So this is coming out of yesterday morning, and then it was 1 hour charts. So it was pretty much the whole day. But basically same thing. Just coming in, breaking and closing above all this. The structure basically being established off that. Maybe a slight maybe look for a slight pullback, correction, retracement. Maybe look for something. Let's see what's even possible. Don't know. Can't say for sure that we even get one. It's already jumped. Oh, never mind. It did it anyway. It's using it again. It's using head and shoulders again. See that? Right, drop back down here, right shoulder again. So if I get rid of the overall big one, which we don't need anymore, it's using head and shoulders again. So left shoulder, come up, head, come up, right shoulder, test it, right? Test the right shoulder, and then let's bring on our new guy that we were looking at. Who is he? VWAP. Still getting used to bringing that on there. Don't really need it, but let's see what it says. I'm coming in a little closer. I'm gonna come to the 15-minute. I'd love for us to already be 20 minutes ahead into the. Okay, that's good. VWAP. VWAP says it's coming up under like we would want it to be. You want the VWAP up under price, and it looks like it is. So pretty good look. Pretty good look. This is Destiny Technology. They are going to be digging for minerals, aluminum, all minerals, just anything that's that that mineral deal that Donald Trump was trying to get over there in Ukraine. We basically just want to pilferage everything that's in all the stuff that's in there. I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank, but all your stuff, your coppers, aluminums, all the stuff, the minerals that are on the earth. This is a company that does that. So $36, not bad. Not bad. And they're going to be one of the major players. Let me show you. Let me show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. They are DXYZ, so you just don't think that I'm just running my mouth. Well, let me see. DXYZ stock. Let me see. They don't want to let me. They don't want to let me look good on here. All right, let me see. I'll go back here and see if I can pull it up. Destiny. They're not gonna tell me anything good. Let's see. They didn't want to tell me anything good. Very bad news for closed-end funds. This was in February's article discusses unique risks associated with closed-end funds, indicating that they often deviate significantly from their net asset values. This suggests volatile investment environment that may not favor them. Don't overplay it. Okay, so they got a lot going on. Don't overpay for SpaceX. A recommendation to divest from Destiny Tech 100 due to its inflated value suggests to consider other investments. They are getting crapped on. Okay. Well, sometimes you got to go read to find out what you're doing and what you should be doing and what you should not be doing. So we were definitely able to do that. All right. Looks good, but I don't know. Looks good. All right. And then this guy right here, Biogen, just looking for a little bit more structure. Okay, so let's do this. Let's end it with this. We got just a couple of minutes. Let's end by browsing across some of the majors, some of the gigantic big cap guys, just real quick, just to see where they are. Nvidia down 1%, down $1.29, but it looks like some stuff is green. This is pre-market. Taiwan Semiconductor, 75 cent or 0.5%. Nvidia Semiconductor, just trying to see what's green so far. Apple screen, of course, at 222. You know what? Let's look at him real quick. Broadcom. I think I had a setup that I was interested on for Broadcom. Let me go look at Broadcom real quick. There was something on Broadcom. I knew it. Look at that. I knew it. Something was telling me. Come over here and look at Broadcom. And Broadcom's got a field Gartley pattern. So yeah, I don't care that he pushed down like that. That's okay. He had to. So I knew it. Yeah, Broadcom is something. Remember, we wanted to go look at the big cap guys real quick before we shut down. Broadcom. Tesla, you gotta recover, man. What's going on? You gotta recover. A lot of people don't know that he did use a Gartley pattern, a bat pattern to get him up out of trouble. But you gotta hang in there, man. 263. You gotta be better than that, you know. I can't refresh this thing. Is this accurate? Tesla, you gotta do better than 263. But what day is this here? This is yesterday. A good day yesterday. Don't start giving it back, man. You gotta get back here. There's 280s. You was trying to pop off 290s. All right. So far, down $4.39 to 259. No, that's wrong. Here, let me see what is going on. Oh, pre-market is 263. This is wrong. Okay, so these are not the pre-market prices. TradingView, get your stuff together. Tesla is not at 259. It closed at 259. It's at 263. So it's not down $4. It's up $4. Get it together, Tesla. I mean, TradingView. So Tesla's doing okay. Um, no setup for me to talk about. If there was a setup I could talk about, I would. But that already happened. Okay, that already happened. Doesn't matter. Everybody is so pissed off that I could have told them. What if I would have told you that you could have bought Tesla at 222 and rolled it up to 290 and you didn't do anything? I mean, I did, but like I'm just saying, like that's crazy. That's really crazy. I still got my Tesla position too. Just stupidest thing in the world you can do is close the position of a stock that you have at a bargain in the 200s. That's going to be a $2,000 stock. It's the stupidest thing you can do. So make sure that you watch who you're listening to on TV. Sorry. This is something where you say, I'm going down with the ship. That's how powerful this is going to be. Tesla's one of them. Tesla's one of them where, yeah, it was, I was in at 263 and it dropped down to 100. Tesla's one of them. Amazon. I'm not going through all of that, of course. Way back here, of course, on March 18th. Butterfly pattern winner, but I'm not going through the rest. I don't feel like catching up and talking about what happened. Actually, I am. Because I'm interested. I'm interested. Let me check something real quick. If I'm looking for one thing on here, and if it's here, I'm gonna have to look at Amazon, and I don't want to look at Amazon. I don't even want to look at Amazon, but I might have to. It's gonna piss me off. You guys will see what I'm looking at in just a second. I hope it's not. I really hope that what I'm thinking is here is not here. We get 382. Oh man, they probably got me. Oh, probably gonna. I don't know how can. Oh wow! Look at that. Oof! Yikes! Okay, I was right. All right. Okay. Deep crab pattern. You right on the money. Oh wow, that was beautiful. It's just about how much is he gonna. He already reacted like he was supposed to. But if he's gonna give another opportunity, so it's deep crab pattern on Amazon. Didn't think there was anything there, but there happened to be. There happened to be a deep crab pattern on Amazon. But then you see coming up here, just basically hit this structure right here. This guy is matching upward here. So basically bump his head on that, get rejected. He doesn't really have a leg to stand on. But we're wondering, hoping if this is still going to be in play. All right, cool. Okay, hello. Probably nothing to talk about there. Google, very disappointing. Oh, no. Google's bearish cipher pattern. Just, wow. That's very powerful. Very powerful stuff. Microsoft, now this is where I said disappointing. I didn't think Microsoft could lose. That's very, like, it looked so promising. It looked like his Gartley was going to win, but it lost. This is one example, a rare example of a failed Gartley pattern. So you come in and he does pay a little bit. This Microsoft, he does come in and pay a little bit and then can't hold. Yeah, can't hold. So this is one of his 30% of the time where he doesn't walk. Sorry. Wow. Crazy. Nothing else to talk about. I'm not going to get into the A to B is equal to CD pattern. That's right there. There's A to B is equal to CD pattern in here. That's filled to the T. And traders with a bullish bias could buy. Oversold as it should be. with a reaction for something short term, maybe even up to today. Yeah, there's an opportunity there for Microsoft. Pretty pricey to be acting the way it is though. Palantir, always good stuff. Palantir, um, no crazy stuff going on, just some classic trend continuation. Come up here, outside return, new structure high, outside return, back to structure, looking for the new highs. And I'll come in closer just to see. I mean, I already know he's kind of like in this area of structure. You see that structure. So he's already where you would just off of structure. He's already there, right? This is absolutely in a zone where you would buy Palantir. So it's just about how comfortable you feel. $84. About how you feel projection wise. We know that that was an area to buy it off of absolutely yesterday at $79. We're late to the party. It's at $85. And you guys know me. I would want an entry based off of a harmonic pattern. Of course, there is not one. They don't like me today. Oh, almost. That would have been, nah, 786 would have been down here. So no cipher going to be there for me. The reason is because it's not valid. Cannot close beyond the 1414 extension of of X to A. So what you saw me draw was invalid. Okay, I was just checking. X to A. Okay, on the cipher pattern, you cannot close beyond the 1414 or it's invalid. And if you can see up here, we closed beyond the 1414. So that invalidated what I would have wanted to be a cipher. See that? Close beyond. Close beyond. Cannot close beyond the 1414. Wicks can touch the 1414, but the candles cannot close beyond 1414. It's invalid. Some other traders might want to just say, forget, screw that and do it anyway. But no, I don't typically, for the most part, don't trade broken patterns. Just not here to get Palantir and just have to wait it out. Have to wait for another entry as a pullback or something. Have to wait. It's okay. RGTI. Okay. All right. We're a little late on RGTI. Beautifully creating harmonic after harmonic. And we're right on time. Right on time. I mean, we're a little late. This was, we should have been there yesterday when he filled. That would have been beautiful. We had a beautiful day on there, but we're gonna keep that up there. I'm gonna keep him up there. I'm not even gonna close him off because it's $8 for a computing AI stock. Rigetti, beautiful. We walked right into that. Damn. So we did get some ideas out of here. Remember, trade at your own risk. We don't provide trade signals or give trade advice. We analyze the market, and we might talk about some things that we're going to do, but we're not advising anyone to do anything. This market is very, very risky, volatile. You can lose, not some. You can lose, not some, but all your capital if you don't know what you're doing, or if the market goes against you in dramatic fashion. Yeah, we talked about Amazon already. We talked about a lot of these already. Wow, look at that. Super Micro. You beat my Gartley on Super Micro, idiot. Wow. Super Micro's Gartley dies during tariff crap. Just stopped out. Honeywell, bearish. BAT, no entry for longs. These are one of our guys. This is D-Wave. D-Wave, pretty decent setup. Use that cipher pattern. Talked about that on one of the other videos. Break and close, 618 retracement, 2618 action, double bottom. What happened? Double bottom, break and close, 618 retracement. And then, of course, that was the opportunity. Pretty cheap at 730. And where's it trading right now? 789. So, Got to be careful with these comp computing stocks, though. These AIs and comp computing, D-Wave, Quantum, got to be careful with them. Today's range for them, $7.11 to $7.73. Very, very small, but okay, I guess. What's that 52-week range? They're strong by 1 year price target, 958. Pretty sure he can do better than that. He's been in the 12s. Just wonder where they get their information from sometime. Archer Aviation. Loving that structure down here in the 6s. Fires off pattern after pattern. Doesn't have, oh, he was just there again. I wish there was a pattern to use. There wasn't. Not going to steal him. Oh. SPY. I was supposed to, oh, okay, remember, yeah, we used SPY for our VWAP analysis yesterday. So that is pretty amazing. That is pretty amazing, amazing, amazing stuff. That price action down here, 549 on SPY is what it would have been. That was a pretty bad drop on SPY. And the cipher would have lost. Unbelievable. That's how bad the market is. Oh, I said it on the VWAP thing that it didn't matter whether VWAP was under price action. This thing stood a strong chance of losing. So, yeah, SPY. Nothing else to really talk about. Comes up, finds structure in that area. Where are we at 1 hour? That's coming on 15. And then again, VWAP, same thing. VWAP under. But there's really no telling. I don't know what kind of day, what we can expect from SPY today. It's going to be pretty scary. I know that. Market's going to open in 3 minutes. JP Morgan, I'm probably going to skip, not talk about Astro, Space, Mobile. I'm going to skip. Oh, he broke up out of that. Okay. I was going to talk about AEP, but I'm going to skip that. PI and XLVR. Okay. Well, that's going to be it. It broke down a few things, got the teach and train a little bit. But I think today is going to be a very slow day. I don't anticipate a lot of activity today. Maybe some shorting. Maybe some, not shorting. Let me stop saying that. It's an elementary term. Maybe seeing some regression. Maybe seeing prices fall and drop as people close positions. That would be referred to as a sell order. But that doesn't mean that people are putting short positions to short the market. I wanted to clean that up. So take that with you. Like the video, give me a thumbs up, share the video if you know anyone that this might interest, and subscribe to the channel. Put this one on replay. There was a lot of nuggets in this one from an educational perspective. Put this one on replay. So we got about an hour and 2 minutes of some of the dopest harmonic and advanced pattern teaching that you'll see out there. Some of this stuff beats a lot of stuff we've been doing lately. But check it out. It's been a Harmonic Trading Club. You guys take care of yourself. Be safe in the market. And I will see you on the next video. We're out.